Rewind podcast. Of course, it's your man Kev Nash holding you down. Want to say thanks to everybody who's been checking out the podcast. Been getting a lot of positive feedback. Last week, I did my very first R&B review with my homie Mike Wilson. I know that was left field for a lot of people, but I know a lot of people was out there feeling the stories that Mike and I were telling on there, man. So I appreciate everybody checking those out. Back again in the building. Before we even start the podcast off, I gotta say happy birthday to my dog, my brother Reg. Happy born day, brother. What's in the cup?
Hello.
Happy birthday.
Little Ciroc. I didn't start beforehand, so I didn't. By the time my speech is slurred, we'll be done.
Hunt is back. Big Hunt is back in the building, in the basement.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Back again.
Kales, what's good?
SOS, same stuff. No snowstorm this week, 90 all week, so I'm happy.
There it is, man. So for this pod, man, we going back to the year of 2002, the Clipse second album, Lord Willin. And Big Hunt, can you remind the people of some albums that came out in the year of 02?
Sure can. I think 02 was not the greatest, year for hip hop. You had the Eminem Show by Eminem, Jay-Z's Blueprint 2, Scarface the Fix, Nellyville, Talib Kweli's CD, Phrenology by the Roots, God's Son by Nas, Eve, Evolution, Cameron's Come Home With Me, and Common's Electric Circus. Lil Wayne's 500 Degrees, and Lil Flip, Underground Legend. It's funny about that Common. I remember Kevin, I used to tell you, for me to buy Common CD is uncommon. Okay.
So, do you like any Common music?
Dude, the first one your brother bought.
Brother, can I borrow a dollar?
Yeah, I like when you hit me back on him when Kanye took over. I love them CDs. The B.
Yeah,
and
the B. No.
What's the other one after that or before that?
Damn. I can't remember the name of it.
They're back-to-back CDs.
Yeah, they're back-to-back because they came out a year apart. Those are dope.
I love them CDs. So I
you talking about? Is he talking about the one with the Believer? Is that the one? I think that's it, because that's the one Common CD I like. Where he used the Maya Angelou. Oh no.
No, that's after.
That's after.
But yeah, I like a lot of Common music, man. I think he's a real good writer. You hit me back on to him, so yeah, exactly. So
that's what's up, man.
Also, I think 2002 was a year that the Swisher House started to blow up, and they blew up big with the screws, chopped and screwed and stuff down there. So
yeah, Mike Jones and Slim Thug and Paul Wall, Chamillionaire, everybody, they came with their run basically the following year. Yeah. So
Finding Forever. That was the name of it. Finding Forever.
Okay. Yeah.
So Kels, what was going on with you in 02?
02. This is when I was regularly hanging out with Hunt and Maine on the weekends. This is when Hunt scared my white roommate when he walked in the house, he walked in our apartment, and Hunt was sitting on the couch when he used to have his cornrows, and he was glad he got through working security, and he used to scare the hell out of Todd the first time he met him. That's when we was living in Mayfield at the Marceau.
Marceau.
Yeah, that was before it was Section 8 housing. But yeah, I remember that was it. You know what else I remember about then? That's when I used to date the girl that had the sister that had the baby with the guy y'all grew up. And
Mondi.
And I'll never forget, man. That was when he came beating on the door of their house in 02.
Hey, Kel, real quick. I remember when you stayed in the Marceau. I was like, well, man, how much you got to make to live there? You was like 31. I was like, I can't do that. Oh my God.
Hunt, what was going on with you in 02?
Man, 02, man, it was a lot of just kicking it, man. It's like just weekend to weekend, kicking it. I didn't have a degree yet like I wanted, man. It was just like, okay, what am I think I was 26 then. So I'm like, man, well, what am I gonna do, man? And I think that's when me and Fred had got an apartment together and everything. And it was just life had just mellowed out, and you wanted to find out, all right, what am I gonna do with myself here? So
How
yeah.
long were you home from Arizona from football?
I was 26 then. I went to Arizona when I was 19, 20, and then to Tuskegee at 21. So this is like 5 years after that.
Okay.
So yeah, I was going to like Cleveland State, Tri-C here and there.
That
So
was
I
when.
ended up finishing like 2, 3 years later though. So
Was that before? That was after the time when we was always going to Ohio State and stuff, right? Because we probably stopped
that
going.
was a little after. Yeah,
Okay.
that was like 98, 99. Yeah.
Stupid question for me be asking you, Reg, because we was running
We
Thick as
lived it.
Thieves together
Yeah.
in '02. Matter of fact, '02 we graduated from Wright State together, and then like shoot, I can't exactly remember when we moved into Autumn Woods together, but I know for like a good month or two I was couch surfing before we got the apartment. I don't know exactly where you was at before we got the apartment.
Well, I think we probably could have stayed. We probably were in our dorms or apartments till June, probably, right?
Yeah,
Before we had to move out. Um, I know I started at Iraq in October, so we had to be living there like August or something like that.
yeah.
Um, I don't know what I was doing in between though.
That's why I was dependent on you, man, because that whole thing is a blur, man. I just remember graduating and
It had to
just
be
trying to
July.
figure it out, And I remember having to get out of the apartment on campus, and I was crashing at Tone Crib for at least a month. For at least a month, I was over there. Like, yo, like those type of things, like you don't ever picture yourself being in. Like, yo,
Right.
I'm literally homeless right now, dog. Like, cause I don't necessarily want to go home to Cleveland, but I don't have anywhere to go. So I'm gonna just stay here and pray that this radio station thing works out. Because I remember I was working at the radio station part time, and I was still working at the library part time, but they had to let me go because I wasn't a part of work study anymore because I didn't go
Yeah.
to school anymore. I had graduated. So I was
Yeah.
just like really couch surfing. But fast forwarding a little bit into '02 to that fall when this album dropped and everything like that, I remember getting these CDs, the full length albums. Like back in those days, man, we would get pallets of CDs, like
Yeah.
promo CDs. We would get posters and everything like that. So basically, I had one for the car, I had one for the house, I had one for the station vehicle, I had one for my computer at work. Like it, just like giving them away like candy. Like I promise to goodness, man, we had hundreds of this Clip
Yeah.
CD back in
Mm.
'02, man. It was a crazy time, man. And something we always got to talk about with the Clips is the Neptunes, Pharrell and Chad. So this album is hard rap. But
Hmm.
before that, they were doing the hardest music that they did that was mainstream was N.E.R.D with Super Thug. But they also did Girls Them Sugar with Beanie Man and Maya, Mystical Shake It Fast, Mystical Danger, Luda with Southern Hospitality, Jay-Z Just Wanna Love You, uh Old Dirty with Got Your Money. So these songs are like radio songs. These are big radio songs. So for them to produce a hardcore drug album was a major step in another direction for the Clips. I mean for the Neptunes.
One other thing, Kevin, if you notice in this album too, you can tell the difference from the Neptune sound versus the Pharrell sound because you
Mm-hmm.
kind of see the transition in this
Hmm.
album where you can tell the songs that Chad had input in and the songs that he had lesser input
Yeah.
with the way the beat sound.
And if I could throw something in here, well, I would say this: you can tell that this was Neptune's trying to make a hard CD because there's a lot of single kind of songs on this CD. So
Mm-hmm. Big
Yeah.
time, big time, big time.
That's what I was when I was listening to it. it was like they're trying to figure out how to make it right. Like some like there was no bad songs on here for me, but it was like certain ones where it was like, okay, now they're matching the beat to the artist instead of just like making a beat and saying,
Yeah,
hey, get on this. You know, there's some get on this beat, and there's some this is for Push and Mal. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
Just the
facts.
grind one.
So how did y'all hear about the clips, Hunt? How did you hear about the clips?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Kelly hit me on to it, man. When I think of the clips, I always think that Kelly. I would say Kelly because I wasn't in the moment with the CD. You know what I mean? That's what I was telling. Like, hold on, Kev. I don't know this CD, but when I
Yeah, break
listened
down
to
your reservations about wanting to be on this one.
it, when you told me about it, I'm like, I don't know this CD. For me, this is when people like, although Nas has still made some good music and stuff, and Jay made some good music. This is when like our guys from the '90s was kind of a little bit tapering off. In 2002, 2003, for me, I think that's this like this kind of dead time in hip hop. You still had some hits, but the trap music kind of took off in like '05 and stuff, and after that. So I think they got kind of lost. I think these years are kind of like they're not the best hip hop years because
These
the
are the
guys
years that are dominated by Luda and Nelly. These are the
exactly,
Luda
exactly,
Nelly years.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I didn't know the CD. I don't know why I never had it. But when I did listen to it, I was familiar with a lot of songs. So maybe we was riding to it, Kelly, and
yeah.
I was hearing it a lot. But yeah, I never. And I think Vori gave me. I guess he gave me the second CD. Vori was like, I don't know that one. I said, oh, you must like the second one, yeah, because the second one I like a lot more. So, but yeah, I wasn't in the moment with these guys. I just missed it. I don't know why. I
You
was hit
know,
with grinding, of course.
yeah. For me, I remember hearing them on Jermaine Dupri's. I want to say it was his second or third album, which one of those songs actually appear on this album, whatever. And it was throwaway for me. Like I didn't think nothing about them. I was like, oh, it's just some dudes that's about to be on So Def, I'm assuming. So I really didn't think about them when they had that song with Jermaine Dupri, and then Grinding hit, and we can get into that a little bit later. But Reg, what about you?
I don't remember like the exact moment. Of course, I don't remember I probably have to hear the Jermaine Dupri song, but I just remember grinding, and then I was like, oh, this is special. So you know what I'm saying? Because the beat was good, and then with me, it was real. You know, we were had some text earlier in the week about like sometimes I just want the music is fine to just entertain me, but like the stuff that I really listen to and that I follow and keep up with those artists, you have to be telling a story, even if it's something that I never lived. You know what I'm saying? Put not just saying words. You know what I'm saying? To make me go ugh. You know what I'm saying? Really vibe to it. You know what I mean? For me to really get into it.
What about you, Kels?
This is when I was phasing into my like hardcore relationship phase and out of the club phase. But I was but I remember, man, I might have been with a Hunt, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm mixing up stories, but this might be around Top of the Flats time, Hunt. And 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 I remember we was in the club, and that was the first time I heard grinding, and I was hooked after, man. Like that's the first time, and I was never a single guy. I can think of a lot of bubblegum singles that come out that you don't like, but I remember this song in particular. I was in the club, and you get the beat, and that was when I was in.
Kev, real quick.
Yeah.
Go
So now that I think about it, I don't know what station it was, MTV, VH1, but I remember seeing the video. That's when I first heard the song was with the video, and it was like the intensity in them too. Like when
Hmm.
like they are speaking their truth. You know what I mean? Like this isn't something that they've just put together. Like they was telling their life you can just tell by the intensity in them when they was saying it. Because even though they're rapping slow, it's like they letting you know.
Yeah. What's
Okay,
up, Hunt?
I want to throw this in too. So when I first heard like grinding, I didn't like their voices because I felt like they rap with kind of a labored flow, like the wrist is 36 minus the wind chill. You know what I mean? It kind of sounded like some proper suburb guys
Very Malice, very
trying
much
to
so. Very.
rap hard. And also until this day, it sounds like a solo CD. I can't tell them apart, man. I listen, I'm not being sorry. I cannot,
I
unless they saying their name, I cannot tell. And they're like 5 years of difference in age, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah. They like
cannot
me and
tell
man.
them apart, man.
uh,
So the voice threw me off, but I was like, but these dudes can rhyme though, you know?
Mhm.
So
yeah, I would say you right. Is that I don't think you can really tell the voices apart, in my opinion, until what's the second album?
Hell have no fury.
See, yeah, that way I can even tell the flows apart in that one. But in this one, for all we know, it could have been that Jada Kiss Styles P thing, where they just wrote it together, went back and forth.
and Kelly, you hit me on. You were big on the Neptunes because Kelly one. I know for sure. Kelly told me it's this one guy for real, and he said it's just this Asian guy, this Chinese guy. So Kelly Kelly hit me on. He was big on the Neptunes back then, big on them, man.
Yeah.
I was a fan, man. I was a definite fan. And this is right, and this came out, I believe, right before they dropped their album that had Frontin' and Ass on Fire and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So this was because this album came out, then I would say I think maybe the next year that Neptune's album came out. And not yeah, I was a big fan, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So y'all ready for a little track by track breakdown?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it, man. First up the bat, man, the intro. And when Pusha T says, "Player, we ain't the same. I'm in the cane and guns." You know exactly where you going.
Yeah.
And I was gonna save this for later, man. But that intro line right there, man, they became coke rappers off that line right there. I
Yeah.
don't know who coined that term, coke rappers, but that's what they are. And when they speak that language and that lingo, they are talking to a direct core audience that wants to hear that stuff. So, Hunt, where was you at with the intro?
Back a little before I go into what you're saying, like I was a big Scarface fan. Like a lot of these rappers used to talk about drugs, but Scarface gave details about drugs. Ronnie calls me up, he needs a key, like stuff like that. That stuff used to fascinate me. I was like 12, 13, 14, because in our, not directly in our neighborhood, but the guys we went to school with at Conwood, big into like dope. I remember they used to have it in class. They used to have knots like this, and like so. I was kind of fascinated, like hearing this stuff from Scarface and people after that. So the fast forward now, you're 26. Now you're hearing it, and you're like, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? Like here we go again, right? You know what I mean? You're not fascinated with it anymore, but if the rhyme is good, you're like, all right, I'll still roll with it though. So when he said that, "Player, we are not the same," I'm like, well, here we go again. Remember, Nipsey Hussle had that the song "Rap Niggas." I ain't like you, rap niggas. You know what I'm saying? Everyone now is saying, "Hey man, I'm not like you rappers. I really sold drugs." Well, it's so many people saying it. We all are the same. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
But this is a hard intro, man. I like this intro a lot, man. Like I said, man, these dudes can rhyme, man, and they're very clever. Um, I'm surprised they didn't get signed before, you know what I mean, because they're a little bit older. But I like this intro a lot, though. Yeah.
Kels, what's up?
Nah, man, I thought it was great. I loved it. Back to that point that Hunt was piggybacking on about guys saying things in their rap songs that just didn't really add up. I remember that affirmative action on the Firm CD when
Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown and one day Hunt and I was talking about it. I was like, The math don't even add up. Where's this lady talking about? But yeah, like this is good stuff, man. Like you said, it was a lot of good stuff, a lot of good bars in it, man. It's started off the album very strong because traditionally the intro is a guy lighting a joint or talking about what he about to do and this about to be great. This is just bars, and that's what I appreciate.
RDP.
Bars on point on this one. It's a great intro, like Kelly said, and to me, there's a couple other songs like this that they just get right to it. Ain't no warm up. It just the music come on and they start rapping, and it's like this is what we here for. So when I wouldn't say I forgot about it because I remembered the words, but just when I heard it again, I was like, oh my goodness, like these cats is tough.
I even went by the book at first until I realized 9 to 5 wouldn't quench my
Quench my
thirst.
thirst. I was like, yes, yes.
Them boys can rap, man.
Yeah.
Talk to a drug dealer.
So we on the track 2, Young Boy. Now, I'm be perfectly honest. I don't like this song. I never liked this song. This beat is probably one of those beats that Hunt's gonna talk about that sounds very bubblegum and poppy. The basis of the song is basically seeing their grandmother and father sell drugs out of their house. It's even a line in there where Pusha says like, "Yo, what's my excuse? They doing it. I don't have to. I got what I need. They doing it, but I'm doing it because I want to, and I'm seeing them doing it. So I can appreciate the honesty in the rhymes, but I just personally never liked Young Boy. Where was you at with it, Kels?
Man, this is one of those songs where it sounds like Pharrell. This sounds like the Pharrell we get now. And this is what that stuff I talked about. This is that bummy, but I liked it. I used to like this song, and I love the rhyme and the verses because like we know these guys can rap. I was definitely a fan of this song, and the one line I used to love is like when he went to got the money from his grandma and went to the ice cream truck and bought everybody ice cream. I told you we was rich.
That is classic. That is classic shit from childhood. Reg, where was you at with Young Boy?
This one was cool. It's one of the ones where it's like it was a Neptune beat that they said, "Hey, get on this." You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been a cool song for some of the other artists. To me, like the their flow kept me from skipping it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can listen to what they say, and like you said, storytelling is good. But and they also, I mean, this might be me looking back at it. Pharrell was talking while they was rapping. Like
Mm-hmm.
these cats don't need that. If you want to do the chorus, fine. When they rapping, shut up.
Yeah.
Flat out, shut up.
Where was you at, Big Hunt?
Hey, you said it was what? I would say it's bubblegum popcorn.
Yeah.
This beat is bubblegum popcorn. Yeah. Man, a lot of these beats on here, for me, with the Neptune sound, you got Knock Yourself Out by Jadakiss. So that's the bass line. And a lot of beats on this CD kind of like follow that pattern, that sound. You know what I mean? And I'll never knock a producer for having a particular sound. But I don't like the chorus on this song, but it's very listenable because them dudes can rhyme, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can rhyme. And I guess Pharrell didn't get Suge Knight's message about, being on the songs and videos. I guess he didn't get that memo. But I'm with y'all, man. Like, hey, step aside, dude. Let these dudes be hard. Pharrell's a great single maker, but for this hard stuff, you kind of gotta let them do their thing, man. You gotta let them do their thing. But this is a very listenable song. I like the storytelling because they can rhyme, man. So,
Yeah, they saved it.
Yeah. So we on the track 3. They talking about their home, Virginia. This is basically a second intro.
yeah.
I mean, the hook is crazy, the bars is crazy. And this is like the other side of Virginia because the Virginia that, we learn about is what Hamptons in Virginia. But this is Virginia Beach. This is the Allen Iverson. This is the Ronald Curry. This is the streets of Virginia that we don't know about until these dudes, because outside of Teddy Riley, Timberland, and Missy, like we don't know like how hard Virginia goes. So this is our introduction to the underworld of Virginia and everything they got going on with them. Hunt, what was you at with Virginia?
I like this song. Like what do you say? I miss you, shampoo. Like I don't like I said, I don't know the songs that well, right? But
And your
it's a
Grams
good song.
too.
I think these are the first guys rappers. Maybe I know like Missy raps and everything, but these are the first ones from Virginia, right?
That I can think of. Who else? What? Mad Skills?
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know he's from Virginia, or I
Yeah,
didn't remember.
part of that whole clique. Magoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like this song. This
You a hater, Kels.
it wasn't as knock yourself outish as a lot of these beats are on here, but I like this song. I don't know it that well, I admit, but I gave this song a thumbs up when I do listen to it though.
You know, this kind of reminded me like you was on there with the Purple Tape review, Hunt. This reminds me of incarcerated. I mean, not incarcerated Scarface's verbal intercourse. Like
Okay, good. Okay.
I think those two verses are flawless. Like I
Gotcha.
don't get
Okay.
that tag a lot, man, but I think them two verses on Virginia are flawless, and the beat is crazy. There's a real slow tempo, but it's still a crazy beat, and obviously the rhymes was crazy. Reg, where was you at with it?
This one was dope, man. I mean, this one was tailor made for them. Great one liners in it. You know, good quality drug rap, though. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, the when they brought in OJ,
Oh
plenty
yeah.
of my partners feeling like OJ get away murder, like the shit is okay.
Yeah.
That's what I know say. I'm
Say.
like, hey, shit, shit. And it's
Kels,
just
go
seamless
ahead.
for them. There's just so many like, you know what I'm saying, just little references like that that is just so clean and just like I said, just paint a picture. Yeah, they feel like OJ, and then he gets real descriptive, real quick, and he's out of there with it. You know what I'm saying? Cats is dope, man.
Yeah, man. Kels, where was you at with it?
Nah, man. I'm just gonna second where Reg went with it, man. Like the verse is great in here. You know what I mean? Like it's I wasn't the biggest fan of the beat, but I feel like these guys they could rap a cappella and you could probably listen to most of it. You
Yep.
could put them a lot of shitty beats and it'd be okay.
Man, another line, ironic. The same place I'm making figures at is the same land they used to hang
Hey,
niggas at.
niggas,
I'm from
yeah,
Virginia.
yeah.
Man, listen, these
In and
boys
out.
can rap, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So we on to grinding, the first single out the gate. Now we can go ahead and lump the grinding, and we can lump grinding remix because this is a conversation that me, my brother, Kels, and Big Hunt have been having for years. Like the depth of the remix. And I would say grinding helped kill the actual remix because the remix that we grew up on was scenario remix. Basically, you get an entire new song, you get a new beat,
Yeah.
you get new verses, you get a whole new song. The power of this song and the impact of this song, it was a remix with Wayne, Birdman, N.E.R.D. Then they had a reggae remix, and it's the same beat, and everybody wanted to jump on this beat because this beat was so crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep track of songs that I think help kill the remix, and this is definitely on that list.
Yes.
But obviously, the video, the video is crazy. A lot of cameos in there. Teddy Riley's in there.
Yeah.
A reference to Pee Wee Kirkland. He's in the video. You know, the first time at least I saw Pee Wee Kirkland or heard about Pee Wee Kirkland, he was in Above the Rim. He played the recruiter in Above the Rim. The varsity jackets, the big jerseys, like everything from this era is smacked into this video. And we talking about all that before we even get to the beat and more importantly, the rhymes. Where was you at with Grinder, Reg?
I mean, this was like I said earlier, this one, the first time I heard him, just was like, this is crazy. Um, and you know, bars are second to none as always. Would you go with the remixes? You can't have the same beat on the same album. Like it's one to, if they made those remixes, that's fine. You can't put three of the same beat on the same album. Like the reggae one, out of there. You know what I mean? Uh, and then I think the original remix was was cool. I like Nori's verse. I like Wayne's verse. But you know, it's Clipse. You can't put Birdman on there, dog. I know he don't write it anyway, but like, come on, man. It's, he got to be off of that. But you know, Wayne, you know what I'm saying? That was seemed like he was you know, challenged by them a little bit because he did pretty good on there.
For sure, for sure. Kels, where was you at with grinding, man?
Like I said, man, this is the one that got me in, brought me in, and let's be honest, who wasn't in from the second he goes from ghetto to backyard to yard? And
That's,
Selling whip done whip.
that's off the hard.
call me subwoofer because I
Cause I
pump
pump
bass like
bass like that. I mean, come on, man.
like what more can you say, man? Like I can imagine, being I was '02, so I'm 27 at this point. So I know I turned up a drink when this came out.
Big Hunt, where was you at with it?
It was
But matter of fact, where was you at? Where was you at with it then, and where are you at with it today?
it's kind of all lumped together. There's two songs I hear when I think about like the Harlem Shake they was doing. That was Diddy's. That was Diddy's. Let's Get It. Hey man, that's a great song too though. With Black
Yeah.
Rob and
Yeah.
who was that? Black Rob and
G-Dep?
G-Dep, man, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
this song, man. Them kids just, Harlem shaking on and stuff like that. So when you first hear this beat, I don't know about y'all, you listen for the rest of the beat. Okay, it start off like this. It's about the instrument's about to start. Then it never starts. So I don't know if you ever heard about this guy named Vlad. Vlad TV.
Yeah.
I'm teasing with the rare because I love Vlad TV. But
No problem.
so the manager, he interviewed the manager on there, and he said when this grinding beat came on, they didn't like it, and they were like, okay, well, where's the rest of it? That's exactly what he said. They said, well, where's the rest of the beat? And he said it took 9 months for this to shoot off. He said it took a while. It didn't get pub at first. They didn't get a lot of love at first, but it shot off, man. This is one of the hardest beats ever, man. Like for Pharrell, we know he has a lot of like sounds and stuff in here. For this beat to just be just bland as it is, but for the drums to hit and to make this work, you couldn't really make this. You could make this work maybe in the club, but these rhymes, you got to have confidence in these guys' rhymes to really
Mhm.
make this song work, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think the beat highlights these guys. Listen, these guys can rap here. Listen to these guys, and this was a knock out the park right here, man.
And something I'll say about this song Catching Fire, man. Like we played this on the radio station nonstop. And as I'm listening to it this week, I mean, I knew they're the coke rappers, drug rappers, or whatever. But the references through this whole song is just crazy. Like, yo, we're playing this song. Well, we're playing this song like, I don't know, 30 times a week, 40 times a week. And it's go back to what you said, Hunt, about the Harlem Shake, because that beat and the young girls in the video doing the double dutch, like it's so catchy. Like it, I'm sure it was just going over so many people's head that could care less about what they was
Yeah,
talking about, but they just listened to the beat and doing the dance to it.
I'm not a dancer at all, but like it made me want to try some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You know that's the promo clip, Hunt.
And Kev, I heard this years ago, and I can't remember the source of the interview, but I think Jay-Z turned this beat down.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I know for
That'll hurt your
sure
feelings.
it was somewhere that's like reputable, but I can't remember. I was trying to think all week of where I heard that, but he had turned that one down because kind of like you said, it was kind of bland, you know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
but it just lets you do what you need to do on it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Them dudes was
Hey,
beasts.
so quick question. So what's worse, Jay-Z turning this beat down, or Will Smith turning up the Matrix, turning down the Matrix?
I would say Will Smith.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was about to say probably Will Smith.
I mean, that's a
Yes.
trilogy. That's a
Yeah.
trilogy of movies. I mean, no matter how bad you think the last one was, the first two was real good. Especially the first one was great.
But think, he didn't even take the movie to go make Wild Wild West. This is like not taking this beat to go make, I don't know, I Wish.
But you got to think, Jay-Z probably, everybody's sending him beats. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? He might have, like Sean said, he might not have. He might have been waiting for the beat to kick in and just nah. You know what I'm saying? And Pharrell gave him something else.
Right. Yeah. I mean, shit. You coming off the "Just Wanna Love You" beat? That's probably what he was looking for. Like, man, I don't need this. I need something.
And that's
a good push point. Units.
And that's a good point, Reg, because Jay is an established artist, so he kind of runs it. These guys aren't established. Pharrell's like, look, this is going to work. He get to point them in a direction. You can't really point Jay in a direction. Jay points him in a direction. So.
He just swipe left.
All right, so we on to track 5. God damn, your boy Roscoe P. Coltrane, Reg. Ab Live on here. This is actually the 4th single off the album. This is like really the introduction to the re-up gang and everything like that. So people basically not really familiar with the Clipse. They had like a dispute with the label. So after this album does crazy numbers, they have a dispute with the label and they have to form the re-up gang to drop mixtapes and everything like that to keep their name buzzing. But this was like another single off here. This was cool for me. It really wasn't all that. Like I remember back in the day, I used to love it. But listening to it this week, it's more of an album cut for me. Where was you at with it, Kels?
Not very good. But what I did like, I was always an Ab Live fan, and I never understood why it never took off for him. He's if you look at him, you know who he is. He's he's Big Noy.
Yeah.
Big shows up, even though he's got the when he's rapping and it's catchy. But I was a fan of Live in the same way I'm a fan of Noy, if that makes sense.
That's fair. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Reg, where was you at with it?
A Heavy Neptune's beat. I think it's a good song. Like I said, it's an album cut to me. It's not anything I would skip. The bars were good. Everybody rode the beat well. And then funny story, I played some of the songs because my wife, she likes, she's not a hardcore rap person, you know what I'm saying? But so, I was like, hey, she asked me what album we were going over, and I told her, and I played some of the songs that were on there. Of course, she remembered Grinding. She remembered When the Last Time. And then she wasn't sure about this one. And then I was like, wait, it's coming. Everybody does that. Woo! Everybody knows that part. She was like, oh, when that came on, then she knew what it was. Everybody. You cannot listen to the song if you've heard it and not do that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Hunt, where was you at with it?
This is one of them songs I was familiar with, and if you notice, with how many songs Pharrell on already, he like the third. Oh. It's like he wanted to be the third member of the Clipse. This is the okay song for me. I didn't know who that guy was that Kelly was talking about. Like a lot of the guys on here, I guess it was in a like clique and everything. But this is a good song. I wasn't real big on it, but I was familiar with it though. So
that's what's up. So something I know Big Hunt loves, interludes. We got an interlude at the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
So this is I totally forgot about this interlude. And so basically it's a voicemail from a female and talking about how he ain't shit, his girl ain't shit. So she's been, he's been creeping with her and she feels neglected or whatever. I just think like I talked about this with AP on another pod, like the importance of funny interludes. Like if you got an interlude, you got to be funny, and that's the point of an interlude for me, man. And I thought this was a funny interlude. I didn't know if any of y'all wanted to chime in on it, but I just thought that in that teeny ass car and like how they pitched her voice up and everything.
It was definitely funny, and it was like that was a real story for her. Like that happened in her life. Because just the emotion and everything, and like you in skits, people act and just talk and stuff, but it's like that's a direct story about something, and it's very believable.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say too, Ray. You could tell this might have really happened. You know what I'm
Might have
saying?
been a real voicemail.
Yeah, and we know there's a lot of chicks who have went through that. You know, they was cool with it, but then they, some emotions came with it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like that thing that they tell you, no matter how nice you are in the world, to everybody, to somebody, you the villain, and that's what I think about when I hear that.
Which leads us into track 6, man. Ma Don't Love Her. So basically, it's a song featuring Faith, by the way, the third single. And for me, this is one of those calls from the label. They say, "Hey, we need a song for the radio." And Pharrell's ears probably perked up like, "Oh, you need something for the radio? Not a problem. I got you." Boom. Hey, fellas, rhyme over this and talk about girls. And you know what I'm saying? It basically talks about them creeping and cheating or whatever. You get Faith on the hook. We played it nonstop on the radio. It's one of those radio singles. RDP, what's up?
It was different content for them, but they still were able to do their thing on it. It was good. It's a good song. It's not one of the classics or anything like that, but I mean, it definitely was something like you said. Somebody said we need one of these,
Yeah.
and they did their thing on it. It was cool. It's a cool song.
Kales.
I'm with y'all on this, man. It's just, what I mean. It could have been a Justin Bieber song for all we know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that level of where you could have Justin Bieber singing, and this is around the time too. You got to remember that they were with Timberlake as well, because
Yeah.
they were with Justin Timberlake first song, and their initial single, so it has that same type of feel as that.
Hunt.
So when you first hear the song, I'm like, man, here we go. But man, the rhymes that they're saying and the stories that they're telling, that stuff is true. I think we all probably got caught up with somebody. You know what I mean? They're telling some
Yeah.
true stories.
Yeah.
But for me, it sounded like a Khalees-ish kind of beat. You know what I mean? Like she was gonna start, singing and screaming on it and everything. But I'm okay with this song because this is the kind of song that'll teach me, like it's like, I ain't gotta skip past it. Let me just listen to what they're saying, and they rhyming about some real stuff that you can kind of
Yeah.
relate to. So
So then we on to track 7, Famblay Freestyle. Now Famblay didn't catch on like like Ad Live, or he don't get the same props. And I think actually Famblay, I think he's doing a little bid right now. But I want to say rest in peace to Pernell Whitaker, because he gives Pernell Whitaker a shout out in there. It says something to the effect, "I've been locked up more times than Sweet Pea," who's
yeah,
obviously a famous world class boxer from Virginia. So R.I.P. to Sweet Pea. Pernell Whitaker, man. And where was you at with the freestyle, Reg?
This was a good one. He had really good bars. I'm not usually a throw your homeboys on a record type dude, but no, he did good. But like my notes say, this is how you put your people on. You get somebody, and I think this is like one of those songs where again the beat just come on and you just go. You know what I'm saying? There's no lead into it, nothing. But he did good. I was just my notes was not sure what happened to him, but I would have also loved to have the clips on this one too. That beat, I would have like they didn't have to just give it to him because
Go ahead, get you
this is
24
one.
bars, bruh. This all you,
No,
baby.
they could have let him go first or let him go last or put him in the middle, but they should have been on here. Good
Big
song though.
hunt.
Good
Big
song.
hunt.
so it says family freestyle. So let me get this straight, right? So you trying to get your record deal. You got the hottest producer in the world at the moment. I'm just gonna go in the studio. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm just going off the top of my dome, right? Yeah, this ain't no freestyle, dude. Okay, you wrote all this stuff down, man. Okay, it ain't no freestyle. But I'm like, I wasn't impressed by it, man. I thought I listened. My fault. Hold on, let me get y'all back. Where did I just go? My fault. I listened to this a few times. I was just like, I don't really dig it, man. I think the bars could have been better. I would have loved to hear these guys rhyme, but out of course just go all the way through like the intro. I don't think he knocked this out the park on this one,
Kales.
One word, filler.
man.
Fair enough. We on to track 8, the second single, When the last time. Now I remember, like I told you guys, when we get the palette of CDs and everything like that, there was an uncut version of the video on here. Yeah, yeah. I didn't YouTube it yet, but there's an uncut version of the video that would have been quality viewing for BET Uncut if it was still on. But yeah, this is another one of those songs that I think the label came to them to say, "Hey man, we need another radio song," and this is just a song about a night at the club. We played it nonstop. I remember hearing this at the club nonstop. You know, I would say this CD from the Clipse out of their 3 albums, this one shows the most range. Like, definitely Have No Fury is all coke rap. There's no songs on there that says, "Hey, we looking to get spins on the radio. We're looking to get spins in the club." I think this is the most real well-rounded CD because of songs like "Mind Don't Love Her" and "When's the Last Time." I also know I watched the interview with Pusha. He says he hates this song, by the way. So I found that pretty funny. Where was you at with it, Big Hunt?
Man, I like this. I like this single, man. This is one of the ones I can say, okay, I know Pharrell's gonna do a single. This is perfect. This is perfect. This was a hot song, man. I don't know if I specifically remember this in clubs, but I know this song, man. And the rhymes is good. This is a good single here, man. It goes perfect. Grinding with street. This gives you some little bit more upbeat stuff, and this is a good song here.
RDP.
Um, It's high quality, man. High quality bars and energy. This is like the rare, like this is a straight club song by these guys, where they don't normally just do that. But it was good marriage to the tone and the beat. It was just I remember like and just the one-liners and just the bars, man. They just the beat was good, and then those bars and stuff and those thinking how about rich I am, and when she was talking about the one that pushing Joker, thought about how rich I am and said no
No,
sir.
sir.
Yeah,
Kales, what's up?
yeah, they're good.
Was it the whip appeal or my
I'm out.
baby face?
Yeah, and everybody got to say it just like him. That's your face, though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was like everybody said. It was a real good song. Is that Khalees on the hook? It sounds very Khalees like.
I didn't see that on the notes on the album, so I'm not sure. It might have been. It probably is.
Yeah,
Probably,
'cause
most
it
likely.
sounds like her, and I know she was part of that Star Trek thing with the rest of them. So
Right.
that's why I thought.
Yeah, so we on the track 9, Ego. Now this is another one of those joints that you was talking about, Reg, where it just goes. It just starts. There's no setup. It's just, hey man, rap. And then it's just hard bars. And I know we get repetitive with it, but being a dope rapper isn't easy. Having like I'm a big Jeezy fan, but nobody's gonna ever confuse the way Jeezy raps versus the way a Pusha T or a Malice rap. For them to be able to construct bars the way they are, and especially on a song like this where it's a 2-verse song, I'm surprised also that this wasn't another single because this sounds very single-ish to me. Where was you at with Ego, Kels?
Fast forward.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. This is and it's this CD to me. It starts to get somewhat maybe not repetitive is the word, but it gets tired to me, and this is where I feel like the tiredness for it begins for me personally. But yeah, this was part of my fast forward.
Okay, Big Hunt.
Refresh me. Is this the one with Fabulous on it?
No,
I don't know
that's
if my
next.
notes.
That's Comedy
Comedy
Central.
Central.
This is not a song I don't remember it vividly, but this is not a song that I like because actually it's not many left that I like. Tell you the truth.
Where you at, Reg?
This one was good for me. I had forgot about it, but once again, once it came on, knew all the words. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was good. I mean, it's a good album cut. I don't know if it would have been a single. I mean, it could have because it's catchy, but
Yeah.
it was good.
So we on the Comedy Central with Fab
Oh
on
yeah,
here.
that's right.
Who do y'all think had the best verse on here? Hunt.
I would give it probably. I don't know, because I can't tell them apart, man. So I'll be honest,
Come
I
on,
can't.
man.
You been listening to this for
Man.
a week. You can't tell these boys apart yet.
No, man, I could not, man. I like Fab verse on here though, but I was good that they teamed him up, and then later Jadakiss because they kind of fit in the same thing. So yeah,
About you, Reg, who you think had the best verse?
Uh, wasn't prepared for that one. There's Kev, over the years, there's a verse that we keep texting each other back and forth when we talk about Pusha T. It's like Pusha T, push a ton,
Ton,
push a
push a
ton of
ton
that
of
stuff
that.
that make your
Make your
nose run.
nose run.
So like that, I
Woo!
remember that, dog. Now my notes do say that all parties handled their business in this one. So like sometimes it's just like you don't have to pick a winner. It's just we won as consumers, as listeners on this one. Because like the beat was good, and then everybody did that thing. But then I really forgot where the Pusha T Push a Ton. I forgot what song that was on. So when I heard that, I was like, hey, yay, there
You
it is.
found it.
Yeah. But that's just one again, one of those one-liners and just those things. It's just like, damn, dog.
Yeah.
Yes,
What about you? What about you, Kels?
I'm with Hunt, man. This is where I'm
Really?
like, as much as I'm a Clip fan, man, like this is, yeah, I could have done without, man. I
Really?
feel this is an album that, let me look. It is, if you, let's get rid of the two remixes. So it's 13 songs.
Yeah.
This is song number 10. Like you said, it's hard to, always know these guys have bars and they're gonna rap well and they're gonna put it together. So if you can kind of get rid of the beat and just listen, you all right. But the beat wasn't great to me, but the bars are good.
Yeah, I love this song, man. I think, and I honestly, I think Fab got them both on it. You know what I'm saying? I think Fab's verse was crazy. Um, so where we at? Matter of fact,
Oh,
I got some. Go
before we
ahead, go
move
ahead,
on,
Reg.
Kev, um, and it'll lead into a song later on. No Hunt mentioned with Jadakiss, but they got some pretty good features on for the first album.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if that's probably because based off of Pharrell and the Neptunes, but they got some real because those guys was big then. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like
yeah.
they got some really good features on this album.
yeah, for sure. So then we on the track 11 with Jermaine Dupri. Let's talk about it, which was on Jermaine Dupri's album where I first heard these first heard these dudes. Uh, it was Instructions album. Yeah, this is a skip. This is a major skip for me. Like I didn't like it when I heard it on Jermaine Dupri album. I never listened to it when I first got this album. I listened to it this week just because we were doing it. This is a major skip for me. Reg, I guess you the only one that's gonna save this song.
I have something to say too, though. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
Go
No,
ahead, Hunt.
how's so Dupree's on the album with them? How Dupree gonna be on the album with grinding and then jack the song with that tipsy song? What's that dude named Jay Quan?
Jaquan.
Dude,
Uh,
it's like it was almost like the same exact beat. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Then you on a CD with the same song. Come on, man. But I that's what I thought about. Like, dude, you heard that beat, you went and jacked it with that Jaquan, man. But no, this don't work for me at all.
It
At
don't
all.
match. It don't match the
Jaden
album at
sounds so
all.
corny.
I just think like they was looking like, all right, we made that song. They gonna let us put a placement on the album anyway. Go ahead, put it on the album. I just if it they should never have put it on here for me personally. RDP, what's up?
it was fine to me. I didn't realize that this was the one you were talking about that was on Jermaine Dupri's album. Um, but it was fine to me. This is one of the ones where I respect JD, but a lot of the songs to me, of his songs, or like the remixes and stuff, he like messed them up. Like this one, he didn't mess it up. Like it was just okay to have him on there. You know what I'm saying? Some of the songs, he like stop. like get off it. But it was okay. It wasn't like I'm saying one of the best ones, but
I'm so
I didn't
confused.
skip it.
I'm so confused. Why did he even do a song? Why did he didn't need to be on the song? Fab and Jadakiss, I get it. I don't understand this. I just didn't understand this, man. It's like,
That's how it was with Birdman on the Grinding remix. Like, what are you doing? What are you
hey,
doing?
when I actually heard that, I said, there goes the credibility of the song with Bird.
Man, like, yeah, man. The death of the remix, man. The death of the remix. So we on the track 12. Now, this is Gangsta Lean. Now, we've had Outkast with Crumbling Herb. We had Dr. Dre with Next Episode. Keith Murray, Get Lifted. Styles P, I Get High. Redman, How to Roll a Blunt. Lunis, I Got 5 on it. This is their version of a weed song.
Yeah.
Hunt's not impressed. Kale's not impressed.
No. I'm not. It's not that I'm not impressed with. It's catchy, but as Hunt says, that at some point you get sick of the Pharrell and the singing, and this is one of those songs we talk about where he is separating himself from the brand. If what the brand was, and he's like, well, maybe if I sing a little more, and maybe Chad went away somewhere, and he said, well, I got this. That's why I feel like what this was, but it's catchy. I don't hate the song. It's got good bars, and the thing that I really like is how the beat when it changes.
Yeah.
I like but I feel like this is where the album should have ended. Ended right here. Get rid of the extra stuff, the 15 remixes that are after that. End it right there.
That's fair. I mean, I could feel that. You could just go ahead and flip flop the last track in place of that Jermaine Dupri and then end with Gangsta Lean. I would have been cool with that. Reg, you got any comments on Gangsta Lean?
It's all right. Album cut. Bars saved this one from getting skipped, which that happens a lot, man. When you want to listen to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was all right.
Big Hunt, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I was in the gym listening to this like a week ago, and I was like, well, obviously Pharrell and I have a different opinion of Gangsta Lean. Okay, like as far as the sound wise, like I was like, nah. And I text your brother this. I text Jermaine, man. I said, hey man, Pharrell tried to make this CD a hip hop thriller CD, a CD full of all singles, man. It was just like. It's just too many try to be singles on this CD, and here's another one, man. Like all the singing and stuff. Like I said, he tried to be like the third member of the Clipse here.
Without the bars.
Right.
You know,
Go
I
ahead.
got something funny. But it's funny that if you look at their next album, the way they kept this categorized, you got to think it's 4 years between those
Yeah.
albums.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Just because of who they were with initially, their second album is actually labeled as a pop album.
And that
Right.
is, there's no. I'm trying to think. What was the single off of Hell Have No Fury?
Oh, come on, Wamp
Mr. Me
Wamp.
Too.
Yeah. There you go, Mr. Me Too. Yeah.
It was. I thought Wamp Wamp was the first video.
Nah, it was Mr. Me Too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that album, man, whew, lots of fire.
Yeah. So then we on to what we'll call the last track because we already talked about the 15 remixes or whatever. I'm Not You. This is the 13th track on there. Got Roscoe again. Got Jada. Got Styles P. We'll get into the breakdown of the song, but Kales, you're a huge fan of this dude, but he seems to get left off of stuff, man. Sheik Luch. Why does Sheik constantly get left off of songs like this, man? Because Sheik should have been on here instead of Roscoe, in my opinion.
But it could be like that the one Tupac song where there's a lost verse. We respect the deck somewhere.
I respect the deck.
But I'm not I just say like I'm not the biggest Sheik Luch fan. I'm just saying that people like my friend Sean Hunt don't give the guy any credibility at all. And I would like to ask an impartial guy like Reg, who I can say listens to verses and know verses, how would you catalog? Like, he's not great, but he deserves a lot more credit than he gets.
Yeah, Sheik Luke is good, man. I mean, my top five, six have Jaden Styles P in it. You know what I'm saying? Push, but he's good, man. It's like he's not no slacker. He's not hope. He's not an anchor to the group. Like he should get more pub or just respect. Like he's under respected because
Thank you.
he doesn't mess no songs up. You know what I'm saying? There's some
Exactly.
groups that have, when they had 5, 6 people, like there was a text we were talking about earlier in the week too, Kev. Like Silk the Shocker, he's trash. He is
Right.
trash. He
I
messes
thought he
up
was
all of their
okay.
top songs. Silk the Shocker is trash.
I thought
Terrible,
he was
Hunt.
okay, man.
Come on, Hunt.
He's got a very unorthodox style. He has
That don't
actually
make you
said some.
good.
He has had actually said some
Right.
stuff I had to rewind, man. Very unorthodox style. He'll talk instead of rapping. Then he'll fast it and speed it up. I kind of like this style, man. But yeah.
But
You lying.
you-
He lying.
I'm
I ain't buying
serious.
that.
here's
Hey,
my thing is what's
if
the
you listen
most
to the,
slept
if you
on
listen to this,
Cheap Luch thing is that Wu Gambino's album, the him and Ghostface album.
Yes.
Very good album. And
But
people
when you told me to listen to his solo joint, the one where he split down the middle, half him and half Gorilla, I couldn't I couldn't get past track 3, man. I was like, man, I'm
it
just
was
not
only one.
boxing
No,
with
I didn't
this.
say listen to it. I thought the initial single, that cocaine trafficking song, was a good song.
I like the song. What is it? 2 a.m. I like that song on the album. I think it's 2 a.m. It's something like
Is
that.
it? Let me. I'm
that's one
listen to
song,
it
Reg.
again.
That's one song.
But I'm just saying, like, I do remember, like, you know, but, hey, but that's because he don't get the respect, so he don't get the production and stuff like that, like everybody else.
Jada
There's
don't
nobody
get
really
good.
reaching out for him.
She
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
get good.
It's funny. What's the D Dot? Was it D Dot that
Yeah.
was on Breakfast Club? He said they're the greatest group ever, man. He said because they all can rhyme, and he said Sheik Luch gets left off like y'all said. He said because Styles P and Jada got more back and forths, but
So where
I
was
give them,
y'all
I
at?
give them those guys can rap. I give them that. My thing with them is as a group, I don't. There's not many good CDs like
No, their
from.
new one is good. I think
The
their new
new one is pretty
Everyone's
good.
telling me that I gotta listen to it.
It's
Okay.
pretty good. It's pretty good. This song is called "I'm Not You." Anybody want to chime in on this? This is okay. I
Yeah.
remember it being better than it actually is. Styles P kills it, by the way. Not that that's breaking news, but like I I think his verse is hands down the best one personally. But that's just me. Big Hunt, you want to chime in?
I mean, I thought the song was going to be better lyrically than it was. I wasn't really big on. I thought Jada was going to come a little bit better than he was. I think I like his verse a little bit better. But it's an okay song. But by this time in the CD, I was kind of like, all right, I'm kind of was like over it. You know what I mean? Because it was so many wannabe singles on this CD. You know, so
RDP.
It was cool with me. You know what I'm saying? Styles and Jada on there was, a plus. I had forgot about it. So like to have 4 of those guys on the same track it can't be bad. You know, so it was cool with me.
Kales.
This might be the first time I heard that song ever. When because I would feel like this was just maybe something. I remember it was Gangster Lean, and then, like I said, it got tired to me. So then I would just be like, oh, all right. And then you had all those remixes that just wasn't great. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I said the CD, every CD has an expiration when you're
Yeah.
listening to it,
yeah.
and I feel like I was at the expiration point at this point. So no matter what happened, I wasn't gonna be in.
Let me
Okay.
throw something in here. Let me throw something in here, Kev. So
Yeah.
I know you guys broke down like the game CD. We broke down some other CDs. When you have like your own label or whatever, is it best to produce always like every single song, Or maybe, especially like a Pharrell, maybe he should have did just maybe 4 songs, and then incorporated some other producers up under his wing to give it more of a street feel. That's what I
Right.
think. Like I think, the best business is to incorporate the efforts of other people. So I like how with the Game CD, Dre incorporated some other producers. Uh, you
But
got to
only
have the
I
same
got
sound
credit.
though. But you gotta have the consistent same sound though.
Right.
But I thought in this CD he should have probably let some other people do some production on it, not just him. Because for me, I think he just made it too singly on this whole CD. So
It's Neptunish.
yes,
Very,
yeah.
very
But the
Neptunes.
other thing
Hey,
too,
but go ahead, Kels.
you got to remember that this is the album that got them the label deal. So
Okay,
then maybe
okay.
that's why he had to show the range on this album, because maybe we don't know what happens in the room. But I remember Kev knows a lot more about the record industry because he had a deal, unlike the rest of us. But
This
I,
guy.
I remember, but maybe they say, hey, if this takes off and this sounds right, maybe you can get it. Maybe we'll give you a deal. And think they out of this album, they get the deal, then they drop their album. So I think that might have been part of it too.
I think that it was one of those things where I think the Clipse was thinking, why not? Why not let the Neptunes produce an entire album? Like they're the hottest producers in the game right now. Like, and we got the pick of the litter. Like, we get their beats. They're making hits for Jay-Z, Khalees, every artist in the world they're making hits for. Yo, we can get a whole album from these guys. Why not? And I mean, the
Yeah,
album did crazy numbers. So I
yeah.
don't. I mean, I think like now listening to it is glaring that like, man, these songs sound very, like you said, singlish. But shit, I mean, it did produce 4 singles. That's a lot of singles, man.
That's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot of singles for one album. So
Hey, what did
something
they
I
sell? What did they sell off the rip? Like not like the first week. What did they sell like within the first year? Like,
Oh man, that I don't know.
was it platinum,
No, I,
multi-platinum?
I think I think I'm pretty sure this album went gold.
Okay, okay,
I'm pretty
gotcha.
sure this album went gold if my memory serves me correct. But something that me and Reg always talk about, like we are enamored, you know, by drug rap. Like just call it what it is. Like
Yeah.
you know, me and Reg listen to the Clipse. We listen to Griselda. Why do you think it is that you gravitate to that music, Reg, even though you and I have never been involved in that world?
Well, I'm in the pharmaceutical game now, you know what I'm saying? So it's just the legal side of it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like them is my peoples, really. I don't know, man. I guess I don't it's not all drug rap, but it's like the guys with the bars, the Jeezys, the Jay-Z's, you know what I'm saying? The clips is like I gravitate to that. You know what I'm saying? It's like where they're descriptive and it's not just, you know what I'm saying, hopping from thing to thing. Like even though I like Lil Wayne when he's talking about drugs and he like his raps is just there's 12 different topics in
Yeah,
the same song. You know what I'm saying? He's just putting words together. You know what I'm saying? With the description and the guys that are really good. I mean, I know he didn't really sell, but like Rick Ross, I like Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like I like guys with bars. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can we mute this guy? Can we?
No, no, Reggie. I love
So
a lot of your takes, man. But once you bring in Shammy Shamerson, man, I just can't do it, man.
dude
It,
makes good music, man. Um,
that's great, but like Hunt and I used to talk about this GQ article, and you know what I'm about to bring up, and they talk about how he seems like a good guy, and it's a really cool thing, and then all of a sudden, this guy who wrote the article says he starts talking about being the biggest diner, and it's not believable. And the guy
oh
put
yeah,
in the article,
Yeah.
and
I give you that.
he's the walking contradiction of life.
Man.
I
But
read the book. I read the book.
yeah, I wouldn't get, I can't give that guy a cent of my money. But look, you don't have to be the kingpin and any of that, because I understand actors take roles.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But when you try to say I'm this, and we all know you're not. It's so disingenuous to me. It's hard for me to listen. Um, but I I think that all the cool drug guys have a hook to them. Like Jeezy's got the chant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was such a different thing. And I feel like all the drug guys, they seem a lot more creative. If what I'm saying,
Yeah.
there's something to it that'll pull you in. Even though Jeezy doesn't make great drug rap anymore, I he can still get you in with the chants and the ad libs and pull you through.
Yeah. Man, like sex and drugs, man, it sells, man. Like I said, when I was much younger, that stuff kind of like gangster rap really like drew me in, especially the details and like drug rap, because I don't know, you know what I mean? But they would give you a clear window of what's going on. Like Kevin, Kale know, like I'm like 30 years old, like, all right, these dudes are still talking about they in the kitchen, you know what I mean? Like, we much older now, but like Kale said, the dope guys seem to be much more creative. Like some of the stuff that Big say, like, and you're like, God, that was gangster, man. Like, much respect to guys like Tretch and them who said they lived that life. They didn't want to put it out there in their music because they didn't want to influence the kids and stuff like that. But that stuff just man, we're just enamored by not just in the black community. America is enamored by gangsters. You know, John Gotti and them and all that stuff. We're just yeah.
Like I had two uncles that were really big heroin dealers when I was growing up, and I would remember that just from hearing this music, and I was looking like what they were doing. Like you really didn't know these guys had 9 to 5 jobs, but they were just really big dope dealers. So that was always the thing that I always thought that like, well, the real dope dealer, he ain't out there talking about it. But I remember you could catch my uncle every Saturday at Severance buying Giorgio Bruttinis and asking for it. And I never forget, I asked him for $1 one day. And I'm in the 6th grade, man. And he reaches in his pocket, and that's the first time I seen bandit money. So all the bandit money out, and I'm in the 6th grade. So what is this, 86, 87? And he pulls out bandit money, and then he gives me the change. Like, here you go, Uncle loves you. Go get your 2 sodas, some shit like that.
So where did okay, so I mean I don't want it to turn into the Rick Ross thing, but where do we draw the line with guys? Because I mean we all come from the era of like, you gotta, for us to respect it back in the day when we were younger, like they really had to live it. So where do we draw the line in rap music where it's just entertainment? Like that you just don't care, like if they really lived it or not, you just there strictly to be entertained. Because I know, Kel, you talked about that like with actors. Like, hey man, like Denzel will play a doctor this week, and then next week he playing in Training Day, and then next week he's playing a football coach. Can we look at music the same way?
Maybe, but I just don't think that once you it's hard for me to believe. Think how old we are at 38. Like that's why it's really hard for me to listen to the Griselda guys. Those guys are pretty older guys, and then they talk about cooking in the kitchen, and so if you was doing, and it's the whole thing, if you doing this much cooking for this much long, man, you would have a mile long rap sheet, man, and that's where it's hard for me to believe, where it gets so hard because these guys are like, oh man, I've been cooking since '88. God damn it, man, 22 years.
You should have people to do this for you. I mean, with me, it's once again something that came up with me, you, and Mo. Like, I'm okay, like, because I'm not looking, and I never have, I'm not actually looking up to them. So it's like, I'm okay with being entertained. You know what I'm saying? Like, the times that I have, there may be a rapper where, okay, if you know someone's writing for you or something like that, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Are you entertaining me? Now, don't say you the illest rapper alive. You know what I'm saying? Like that, when you do that, then I'm like, come on now. You lost me there. But you know what I'm saying? With music, it's just like just entertain me, and then there's the chosen few that are like ones I like follow and like, you know what I'm saying, really are into. But like I can pretty much listen to music and just if it's workout music. If
Right.
some like some of the young guys now, it may be okay workout music, but if you listen to them, it's trash. The what I'm saying, their bars are absolutely trash. But the young generation now doesn't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're like how we used to be, like entertain me. Because if you listen back to DOS Effects, they're terrible.
Bump, skiddity, bump, huh?
DOS Effects is terrible. If you listen back to it now, I liked it back then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and
Well,
the Yang
They,
Yang
they
Twins back
have
in
some verses, Reg. Come on now.
Straight from the
them
sewer.
cats,
Straight
them
from the
cats is
sewer.
bad, dude. Them
Man,
cats is bad,
yo,
dude.
Hunt and I talk about coming at you to this day
hey,
on the
hey, hey,
DMV album.
I
Kev,
liked it in the moment.
my dude Bert that I keep telling you about will tell you that Daz Effect's first CD is the most creative hip hop CD ever. He a big hit squad guy. But I want to talk about what you asked though, Kev. Like,
Yeah,
there's a difference between, and please, if you ever do one of Ice Cube first CDs, please have me on.
for
Ice
sure.
Cube is Ice Cube, My Summer Vacation, and then Rick Ross. Like, Ice Cube's on there saying how they were summer vacation, they got into selling drugs and stuff. But see, Ice Cube, yeah, he still would claim to be a gangster, but he never did that outside. He never put that persona pretty much outside the music. Rick Ross does a
Right.
persona outside the music. Like, that's his whole. I seen him on like videos, these guns and stuff. Man, I'm just like, dude, a guy like Ice Cube, he's gonna paint you a beautiful picture of what
Mhm.
goes on in his hood, and we want to hear that, like Nas does. We respect it. And then
Hmm.
you got guys who like Rick Ross in his interviews. He really wants you to know I was on them keys, and like I told Kelly one time, well, if you was this big drug dealer in Miami, dude, you wouldn't have to do that song. Big Meech would have known you. You know what I mean? Like, stop the high cap
Right.
talk.
And my
So
other point when it comes to that, like I always say when it comes to guns, when you see a guy with a pistol grip pump, you know he don't know nothing about guns. Because that thing ain't, what he gonna break his wrist or shoot the seal.
What I'll say about it, man, I find myself leaning to older I get, more just like, man, just entertain me. I'm here for the story. I'm here for the entertainment.
yeah.
But I do feel after reading Rick Ross's book, like I feel like, man, like it's so disingenuous. But he's not the first rapper to
Mhm.
exaggerate or lie about where they come from or how they done. I mean, shoot, who was the female rapper back in the day? Boss.
Boss.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, her whole joint was fabricated. So he's
Yeah.
not the first. He's not gonna be the last. He's just the guy that, because of the being a correction officer, that's like the thing. Like, whoa, hey, wait a minute, man. You can fib, you can fabricate, you can exaggerate, but damn, you can't be the law and then
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
talking about this shit.
No,
Like
but
that's like kind of where I'm at with that. And something else I will rebuttal to is with the Griselda stuff, like, and other rappers like Jada and them talk about still in the kitchen or whatever at 40 plus years old and everything like that. In the same breath, I know some people look at Jay Z like he's crazy when he's talking about buying art and uh uh in 6 months I'm gonna bring you some nets, like talking about bringing the New Jersey Nets to Brooklyn and everything like that. I don't think we can have it both ways to say like, all right, man, you got to elevate and grow, and not only be talking about cooking in the kitchen, and then when that artist elevates and grows, and people don't like, ah, man, that song, that Jay Z shit whack, that Picasso baby, that shit whack. Who want to hear about some art? Like, we can't have it both ways. Like, I just think that's totally disingenuous.
but
Go ahead,
here's
Kev.
what I would say, man, is that you're not gonna hang out with the dude, and Hunt knows this, and Kev knows this. When I go back home, anybody I know from 1993 to 2010ish, and if they still living that same life, I ain't got nothing to do with them. So I
Facts.
feel like you. So when it comes to music or anything, you just mature out of it, and that's why I always say if you're 40 doing the Jerry Rice cornrows. Remember when Jerry Rice had cornrows?
Right,
And
baby.
Pusha T at 45, rocking. At some point you
It's
just the
like
old,
Samson.
yeah,
Strippers in his hair.
you the old man with cornrows at some point, just like you become the old man at the club.
I just want to comment real quick on what you said, Kev, man. And being a Prince fan, seeing Prince got like 30 something CDs out, man, and his career is like it's through eras for him. And people, we just don't like change in our artists. We want, hey man, give me what you gave me when you first came out, man. But
That
they go
first
into
feeling.
things, they got married, they got kids, they got divorced, they got drug habits. They go through these things, man. I think Mary J is like real good of communicating what she goes through. But we
Yeah.
just don't like change, man. Like if Scarface started off rhyming like that about drugs, I don't. You're gonna have to continue to rhyme about it. You know what I mean? Like for me to stay up with you, if you change. And then another thing is this: when a lot of people change, rappers change, their voices change and stuff like that. We just don't like change. We don't allow artists to change or to experiment.
Yeah, I will say something else about obviously the Clipse released 2 more albums after this one, and then Malice found his religion and everything
No
like that.
malice.
No Malice, my bad. All due respect. And Pusha basically was left on his own to become a solo artist. And I was thinking about it. I was like, hold on, this dude has released 3 albums with the Clipse and released 3 albums as a solo artist. This dude is working on a 19-year career in the rap game. And for a dude, and at least for me, when he drops a project or drops a single, I'm immediately listening. And whenever he's on somebody's joint, I'm sending it to Reg, I'm sending it to
Yeah.
Kels. Like, this is my guy. I rocks with him heavy. And for a guy to basically be a drug rapper his entire career, to have a 19-year career is pretty remarkable considering the ebbs and flows of rap music. I mean, I watched the Master P doc on BET, and he had something poignant. He's like, man, this wave don't last forever. He's like, and I knew that early on. That's why I was releasing 2 albums a month, because this not gonna last forever. So I'm giving them everything I got, and I'm making as much money as I can before I get out. So a mogul like Master P knew that, and his run lasted 5-6 years. Pusha T in the Clipse, or whatever you want to call it, he's working on 19 years of doing this, man. I just wanted to get some feedback from y'all on that.
One thing I will say to go rebut what Hunt just said, Hunt was the same guy that used the 50 Cent line about when an artist says, well, I did this project for me. Hunt and 50 Cent,
Personal CD, a personal
but
CD.
shit for yourself.
Listen to
I
that
don't want
shit in
to
your
hear.
car.
I mean, I think as far as like what you were saying, Kev, about like Master P and stuff like that, there's sometimes where an artist just has like a sound, you know what I'm saying, where like a certain sound won't last forever. But like when you are, this is the difference between hip hop and rap, right? So like No Limit and them were rappers, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Pusha T, Jadakiss, those are hip hop artists. Those are like they're artists, you know what I'm saying? Like so like when you have that level of talent, it can last longer because you're not because like Master P, he couldn't be still doing club songs like he was doing back. Like that just not gonna last. You being 50 doing that, you know what I'm saying? But when your thing is the bars, that can go on forever. Because like if Busta Rhymes were to say get on the track right now, Busta Rhymes could kill a song. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bars.
Yeah. Yeah. One more quick story before I get up out of here. The year was 2013, because this is when Pusha released My Name Is My Name. The label emails me on Saturday morning. Pusha T was going to be performing at Miami, Ohio. I tell Shayla, like, yo, my dude gonna be in town. She was like, who? I was like, Pusha T. She kind of rolls her eyes because she knows that, oh, that means she has to go. So she's like, okay, where? So she's thinking it's like local. Now, Miami, Ohio, from Dayton is about
Oh,
45 to an hour. But that's not the bad part. Miami of Ohio, if you ever been, is in the sticks. Like, you're not on the highway. You on route whatever. So you on some winding turns. So basically, I convinced her into going to this show with me to see Pusha T. So we get there like super early because it was supposed to start, I don't know, maybe at 10. We get there like 9:30 or whatever. And they ain't even opened the doors yet. But like, I wanted to get there because like I've never been there before. So we leave super early, whatever. So we're there, we're in the balcony, whatever, we chilling. There's nobody there. You know what I'm saying? We just chilling, whatever. So like out of nowhere, just like any college event gets packed just like that. It's wall to wall people. We like this, sardines or whatever. And Pusha comes on, he's performing, and comes out to grinding, about doing his thing. And you guys have met Shayla before, but Reg, you know this firsthand. Shayla can get a little perturbed when people get a little in her personal space.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like it was these set of girls. Now mind you, you know what I'm saying? We're grown. Like these are college kids. So these set of girls was like constantly bumping, and she like, yo, this ain't even dance music. This is your rap. This is your hardcore rap shit. Why are they even fucking dancing? So she's getting madder and madder as the evening is going on. And so as we like the show is over, and as we're leaving, mind you, we're on the balcony. She takes their coats, tossing them motherfuckers over the balcony. Like we can, and says, it turns to me and says, "We can go now." And what do you do? What do you do, dog? You
Callaway, Washington, boy.
I just put my head down, grabbed her hand, and walked out, dog.
You should have took Reg.
Yeah. I don't know where I was, but I would have
We'd have been some wild boys in there.
Oh no.
Wow.
Wait a minute. 2013, we were fully grown. I couldn't go to college though.
Had to see my dude. Pusha T. Had to see my dude, man.
So Reg, you wouldn't go to a concert on the campus now if it was just something you wanted to see? Small venue.
The arena or like where they play basketball, I would go there. But like going to the multi-purpose room, no.
All right, Reg, here's what you do. I promise you this. If you can catch the Roots in a small venue, amazing show. They come to Denver once a year, more like two times a year, and they always do a small venue show. But the key is, if you get the Roots, you might get the Roots, or you might get the Tonight Show Roots. If you get the Roots, it's a really good show. If you get the Tonight Show Roots, it's slightly different, but it's still a good show. So I would say
small venues, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, the live music at a lounge or something like that. Like, I'm fine with that, but like I said, it depends on where it is on said campus.
Like I said, I never been there. All I know is the label sent me the tickets. They sent me the address. Said you want them. I was like, it's Pusha T. I'm going.
I would have a hard time turning down Pusha T. I ain't gonna lie. There's some people I wouldn't go see there in my backyard.
Facts. It's been tough. I shoot Boosie come here like once a month, and I'll be like, I'm so Gucci.
I'm not in that crowd, dog.
You will see Boosie?
Never.
No, Reg. Wipe me down. That's about it, man.
Oh yeah.
Big following down south for some reason. I don't know.
Huge following.
He's regional though.
Facts. Well, fellas, I definitely appreciate y'all jumping on here, man. I know the NBA Finals game just started. Reg, you got to finish your birthday celebration. Appreciate y'all guys jumping on the pod, man. Anything? What's up?
Say hey, Kenny. All right, y'all. See y'all.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Take care, brother.
See y'all, Reg.
Appreciate it. Had a good time.
Yes, sir.